Assalamu alaikum friends. I am your tax dost and your tax host Anthony Williams, and you're watching Tax Dosti reporting 5th of September 2018. GEO website reports that federal cabinet forms task force to bring money illegally stashed abroad. A common theme that we are seeing of the new Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government, that they want to bring all the money that has been stolen from Pakistan by different politicians, bureaucrats, army persons, and private businesses and stashed in other countries, invested in other countries. They want to bring it back. So, we are covering current events and news with the view of explaining Pakistani tax laws that are applicable to resident Pakistanis, resident tax Pakistanis, as well as non resident tax Pakistanis. So today's news is federal cabinet forms task force to bring money illegally stashed abroad. Let's see the news. Tax Dosti wants to empower 220 million Pakistanis, and by empowerment, we want to put forward the facts and the tax laws and financial rules for you, the viewer, to judge that what is going on, what is being reported, what should be reported, and what are the steps that you as a resident Pakistani or you as a non-resident Pakistani should now take to protect your wealth, your financial assets, and above all, to exercise your tax rights. So, talking about the news summary is that the federal cabinet, which is the executive that does all the work in the country, the federal cabinet on Wednesday, which is today, 5th of September 2018, decided to establish task force to bring back money illegally stashed abroad. Actually, since there was so much pressure on the PTI government to form a task force, it already did form a task force as soon as it came into power a week ago. But this news is most probably telling us that the cabinet has given formal approval of that task force, which is which has been mandated to bring back illegal money back into Pakistan, and the task force will submit a report to the Prime Minister as well as to the Supreme Court every 2 weeks. So there was talk in as soon as this government came into power, there was talk that there are TORs, terms of reference, of this task force, which have already been formed, and now today the federal government has given approval of this task force so that it can legally start its work. So let's dissect this news information and then come to the most important point, that is the taxation of your assets and income in light of an environment where resident Pakistanis as well as non resident Pakistanis should be aware that they have to safeguard their wealth and their assets and income properly. So, the first thing is federal cabinet. So, let's see, this is the federal cabinet, these are the federal ministers. And when we talk about money laundering, and so our man in charge is Asad Umar, the finance minister, and other ministries like the foreign ministry or the ministry for defense may also be involved, and the law ministry, but main responsibility lies with Asad Umar on ensuring that this money is brought back. So, this is the federal cabinet ministers of the PTI government, and the man in charge, or the special, we talked a few days back also in one of our videos, you can see us on Tax Dosti YouTube channel, that this is the person, Mirza Shahzad Akbar. He is a barrister, well qualified from uh, abroad, and he is a practicing advocate in the Punjab Bar Council, and he is the special advisor to the Prime Minister Imran Khan on accountability, and he is heading a asset recovery unit, which is a centralized unit which is coordinating with the FPR, the FIA, the SCCP, the State Bank to bring back this money. So why are we discussing this news? We are discussing this news to show you that the government is serious in bringing back money that is abroad, and this task force will be working, and basically what they will be doing is first identifying the assets that are abroad of Pakistanis, different lists from UK, United Arab Emirates, excuse me, and other countries have already. The FBR has received them. The State Bank has received them. Different list of assets of Pakistanis have been received. So first they'll be identifying the assets, then they will be asking those Pakistanis, non-resident Pakistanis or resident Pakistanis, that whether these assets belong to you. And the main point of this video is that if they find that people living here in Pakistan, like you and me, if we have assets abroad, or non-resident Pakistanis who are abroad, living abroad, have assets there, and they are not able to give any explanation about the nature of the income and assets, then the government will tax those assets and will confiscate those assets also. So this brings us to our main point of this video, is that under the Income Tax Ordinance 2001, there is a section called 111, which gives the power to the Federal Board of Revenue to tax unexplained income or assets. It's a very lengthy section with many subsections, but the main core idea is that if a person approached by any of the government authorities like Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan, or Custom and Excise Department, or Income Tax FBR Department, if it approaches any person in Pakistan, resident Pakistani or non-resident Pakistani, and ask them, where did you get this asset, or explain to us how did you earn this income, and if those income sources are not legal, then under this section and under the income tax ordinance, the FBR has the power to tax that income at 30% plus put on penalties, and to even confiscate that asset if it is not in the name of the owner, as we discussed in our previous video, Benami transaction law, when we discussed Benami transaction law. So the whole point is that if you are a non-resident person living in England, America, or any other country, please keep all your documents in order of all your assets and all your income, so that first of all you must be paying in taxes in your country of residence. So keep those documents safe also. Pay all your taxes in those countries, and also keep all documents, bank statements, purchase documents, transfer documents of all your assets, so that if the government reaches you through, for example, your tax authorities, or through any other information that they get, that you have the explanation, you can offer a reasonable, a logical explanation of the incomes that you have earned in previous years and the assets that you possess now. So basically, this video was to help you get your house and documents in order, so that you may not be wrongly accused of unexplained income or assets. And one interesting thing which I'll also explain in Urdu, that in Pakistan people file their income tax return and along with that they file their wealth statement, and they forget to put all their assets on their wealth statement, which means that even if you are a tax filer in Pakistan and if you have not declared all your assets, which includes cash, jewelry, property, cars, shares, investments, if you have not declared them, all of your assets, the assets that you have not declared are also unexplained income, and FBR can ask you that you have filed the tax return for say tax year 2016 and still you own this asset and you have not declared this in your previous tax return. So this year 30th September is the last date for individuals and businesses. So when you file your tax return by 30th September 2018, please ensure that you declare all your assets and all your sources of income, because many people have houses on rent and they're not showing that rent, or for example made investments in different schemes and getting income from that. Please show them, so that if you get caught or if you get tangled in this search, now frantic search by the government for undeclared assets and income, you can clearly show that these are the genuine sources of my income. So best of luck, and thank you for watching Tax Dosti video. Tax Dosti is be a better Pakistani, file your tax returns, and though non-resident Pakistanis don't have to file their tax return if they have not earned any income from Pakistan, but still if you have any questions you can call me on this number and or Google us Tax Dosti. So thank you very much and see you tomorrow.